Welcome to the news, and we are kicking things off with massive trade buzz swirling around the NBA. Sports journalist Alian Mohammed dives deep into the speculation surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Brad Stevens is openly talking about what the Celtics need to do to improve their playoff chances, and the talk is loud and clear about a potential blockbuster move involving the superstar forward. We break down everything you need to know about this potential shakeup.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSockets Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we look at the exciting developments on the roster, as Brad Stevens confirms that the Celtics' next breakout piece is already in place with Hugo Gonzalez. We explore what this Spanish forward brings to the team, his incredible athleticism, and why team president Stevens is so excited about his development. Find out how Gonzalez is shaping up to be a critical component of the Celtics' future success. Now, let's get into the tough conversations following the recent playoff exit. Brad Stevens shared 5 key takeaways from his end-of-year press conference, discussing the team's challenges, including the need to reevaluate offensive strategies and the overall roster situation with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We examine Stevens' honest assessment of the team's performance and the path forward for the Celtics. Finally, we celebrate a standout performer as we wrap up this edition. Celtics guard Derrick White has earned league-wide respect despite the tough Game 7 loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. We look at the player survey results that put White in the conversation for the most underrated player in the NBA, and why fans believe he deserves the recognition. Stay with us for more breaking news, and don't forget to subscribe. The pursuit of deeper playoff runs is fueling speculation surrounding a major trade target for the Boston Celtics, with former coach Brad Stevens reportedly looking toward Giannis Antetokounmpo. Following the team's first-round exit in the NBA playoffs, Stevens has pinpointed a key area for improvement: generating more impact at the rim. Stevens noted that while the Celtics relied heavily on three-point shooting this season, they struggled to create sufficient quality looks against top competition, specifically mentioning difficulty generating good shots against teams like the 76ers. My general feeling watching us play in really each of the last 2 playoffs, the second round against New York, even against Orlando in the first round, last year, was we had a hard time generating really good looks on that first shot, Stevens stated. So we've got to figure out a way to do better in that, and I think that one of the things that we've got to figure out is how to have more of an impact at the rim. And I think we do need to add to our team to do that, he explained. Given Stevens' assessment, Giannis Antetokounmpo has emerged as a prime candidate for the Celtics' off-season moves. Rumors involving the superstar have been circulating for over a year, and NBA insider Mark Stein recently named the Celtics as a team to watch in the Giannis trade sweepstakes. Stevens has indicated that the Celtics are positioned as a viable destination if Antetokounmpo is truly on the trade block, as adding a player capable of dominating the paint aligns perfectly with the team's stated needs. Antetokounmpo, a 10-time All-Star, 2-time MVP, and 9-time All-NBA selection, possesses the defensive prowess and interior scoring ability Stevens is seeking. While this move might necessitate a shakeup involving the duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the potential pairing of Giannis and Tatum is widely considered one of the most formidable duos in the league. The Boston Celtics are signaling a clear future direction, with team president Brad Stevens confirming that the team's next breakout piece is already in place: Hugo Gonzalez. Following his rookie season, the organization is highly confident in the 20-year-old's potential to become a cornerstone of the franchise. Stevens expressed strong belief in Gonzalez during a media appearance on May 6, stating, "Hugo had a great rookie year and is a critical part of us moving forward. His athleticism can meet the moment in the big games. That's a real thing." Gonzalez has impressed with his high energy, relentless hustle on every possession, and developing defensive prowess, suggesting he has the physical tools to become a defensive standout at the NBA level. Furthermore, He is evolving into a more well-rounded offensive player with an improving jump shot. While some observers noted moments of inconsistency during his rookie campaign, the consensus is that Gonzalez is on an upward trajectory and should continue to develop. As the youngest player on the roster by nearly 2 years, his confidence and comfort level have visibly increased throughout the season, positioning him as a legitimate future contributor. However, the Celtics' depth chart offers further excitement. Beyond Gonzalez, the team possesses several other intriguing wings, including Jordan Walsh, Ron Harper Jr., and Baylor Scheierman. Despite varied performance, these players demonstrated flashes of brilliance last season and possess the necessary talent to compete moving forward. The Celtics are positioned to feel optimistic about the future, anchored by the promise of Gonzalez and the collective talent of their roster. Brad Stevens addressed the aftermath of the Boston Celtics' first-round loss to the 76ers during a lengthy press conference at the Auerbach Center, offering several key takeaways regarding the team's performance and future direction. Stevens acknowledged that the Philadelphia 76ers played well and deserved to win, pointing to offensive struggles, specifically difficulty generating good looks and an over-reliance on three-point shots, as areas for off-season reevaluation. He emphasized the need for honest conversations about the team's standing, noting that with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown both under contract and under 30, the Celtics are entering the offseason surrounded by a young, unproven roster filled with questions. Key points from the conference included discussions surrounding Jaylen Brown's reported frustrations with the Celtics organization, which Stevens refuted, stating he had not sensed any such issues, noting a positive conversation with Brown on Monday. Stevens reaffirmed his commitment to the team, stating his door remains open for any internal discussions. Regarding the late scratch of Jason Tatum ahead of Game 7, Stevens provided context on the decision-making process, suggesting that observations during Game 6 indicated the situation was not ideal, and that caution was warranted, especially considering the player's recent injury recovery, which can sometimes lead to overcompensation. While acknowledging that the regular season was successful for coach Joe Mazzulla, highlighting a 56-win record without Tatum, securing the number 2 seed, and the development of younger players, Stevens pointed to playoff shortcomings. He cited the team's shortened rotation, failure to adjust to the return of Joel Embiid, and a poor starting lineup in Game 7 as areas needing improvement. Stevens stressed that the coaching staff and organization must continue to grow and provide necessary resources. On offensive execution, Stevens noted that generating good looks remains a challenge, both in the recent playoff series and in other matchups. He highlighted the team's struggles in the paint, finishing second to last among 16 playoff teams in free throw attempts and points inside, and a 43.4% field goal percentage during the playoffs. Stevens concluded that the team must figure out how to improve impact at the rim and add personnel to achieve this. Looking ahead, Stevens cautioned that the Celtics have taken a step back from elite contenders, having been upset in the playoffs twice consecutively and achieving a 3-11 record against top teams this season. He suggested that next year should focus less on draft positioning, predicting a tougher regular season environment that will offer a more accurate indication of team capabilities. The Boston Celtics guard, Derrick White, is garnering significant league-wide respect following the team's Game 7 defeat to the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round of the playoffs. Despite the loss, White's performance has earned him recognition as one of the league's most underrated players. An NBA player survey conducted by The Athletic, featuring Josh Robbins, Sam Amick, and Joe Varden, highlighted White's standing. A total of 151 votes were cast for the most underrated player, with White and Atlanta Hawks forward Jalen Johnson leading the pack, each securing 4% of the votes. The writers noted that players believe White has not received the proper acknowledgement for his consistent performance, citing his sustained excellence. In 2024, White tied for the award with the Oklahoma City Thunder's Jalen Williams, and last year, he finished second behind the Detroit Pistons' Cade Cunningham. Jaylen Brown and Peyton Pritchard also ranked highly on the survey, tying for second place, while Jrue Holiday also received high marks. The sentiment expressed is clear. Players recognize Derrick White as a leader who deserves greater respect within the NBA.